It's always great when you have clients like DJ. They know how to push themselves. They're going to train as hard as they can. They're going to execute on every level. This is the final boss leg workout. Let's go.
This is the moment we waited for. And
for the first time with a rock bottom, Peoples.
If your legs are not cooked, you did not do it right.
What's the game change? What's the game change? What's the game change?
Dave Rienzi here, strength and conditioning coach. I'm gonna walk you guys through a program I designed specifically for DJ's WrestleMania prep. This one is gonna be a mashup of all the leg workouts we did for that entire prep. Barbell hip thrust to start the workout here. 3 sets, it's gonna be 8 repetitions. Hold that first rep, the peak contraction for 5 seconds, and then each rep after that, hold the peak contraction for 3 seconds. So one thing you'll notice here is I'm using the hip circle when I do the barbell hip thrusts. What this is gonna do, it's gonna allow you to get more engagement of the glute medius, which is a super important muscle. A lot of times it's weak and it plays a key role in stabilizing the knee, covering all the bases of getting the glutes fired up right at the beginning of the workout. So don't be afraid with the hip thrust at the beginning to really push the weight, push the intensity. So I programmed the pauses in on the peak contraction intentionally here. With DJ's prep for WrestleMania, we really focused a lot on the posterior chain, making sure the glutes, the hamstrings, the lower back were super strong to help his athletic performance and to also reduce the risk of injury. All right, so now on the leg extension machine, I'm gonna do a superset here of leg extensions to leg curls, 20 reps here on the leg extension with a 1 second peak contraction hold, 10 reps on the lying leg curl with a 1 second peak contraction hold. Okay, and then 60 seconds rest between the supersets here. We're trying to get much more blood volume into the quads, and then on the leg curls, the hamstrings are comprised mostly of type 2 muscle fibers. So you need to train those heavier and you need to train them harder, which is why we keep that at 10 repetitions and push a little heavier on the weight. Each prep we do, we're building. So the WrestleMania prep precluded the prep for Smashing Machine. So now we're going from that, we're using that, and then boom, now we're rolling into Smashing Machine, pushing the prep even further, pushing a little bit of a different look. Obviously for Smashing Machine, Mark Kerr was massive, so trying to have DJ's physique and body, Mark Kerr. Okay, continuing on here with the leg workout. This is a TRISET, so that is 3 exercises consecutively, starting with the leg press. Then we're gonna go into a walking pulse lunge here on the turf, and then we're gonna end this TRISET with a belt squat. 3 rounds of that, resting 2 minutes after you complete all 3 exercises. Once it starts burning like crazy, go for 5 more reps. And maybe you take a breath, a second or two, push out 1 more rep, and just keep going until you can really, you can't take that burn anymore and you want to crawl out of the machine. That's when you know you did the set right. Separating line is how much of that burn you can handle. You may get sick. You need to have good cardiovascular endurance to get the most out of your leg workouts, especially when you're training in this high rep space. So I programmed the belt squat in this TRISET for DJ for a particular reason, especially as where he was in his training for WrestleMania, really trying to limit compression forces on his spine, make sure he gets to WrestleMania as healthy as possible. Now, if you don't have access to a belt squat, you probably don't have a WrestleMania match coming up, you can do any squat. That could be goblet squats, body weight squats, whatever you have access to, do that. Last 5 reps should be burning like crazy, and that's how you gauge how many reps to do. All right, so split squats are next. We just got done with that brutal TRISET. I know my legs are cooked. If your legs are not cooked, you did not do it right. You need to increase the weight and you need to push harder. Like I said, leaving nothing in the tank here. 3 sets, 15 repetitions, each leg. If you don't have enough strength, do it with dumbbells, do it with body weight, but again, focusing on those last several reps should be burning. Otherwise, you know you need to add more weight. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's insane. Why would you put the split squat at the end of the workout? It's one of the hardest, most challenging exercises. Now, I programmed these specifically at the end of DJ's workout. His legs are completely taxed. We're draining the tank completely. We're really pushing the muscular endurance, how much capacity his legs can handle. And what this is gonna do is help his performance in the ring. That last 20, 30 minutes where he's got nothing left, he's totally drained. He's gonna have what he needs to push through because he pushed his leg workouts this hard. All right, next up here is the Barbell RDL. Now we're keeping this one fairly light. This is more of what I would say is a mobility, stretching type of movement. We're gonna focus on controlling the negative, holding the stretch at the bottom for about a second, and just controlling that movement. First and foremost, when you do the movement, you're gonna engage your lats. So what you're gonna do is pull the bar close to your body, keep your lats engaged, and then you start the hinge movement, okay? Bending forward at the waist. Slight bend in the knees, you're basically dragging that bar down your legs, keeping the lats engaged, just like that. Now, if you can't keep your lats engaged like that throughout the entire movement, you're probably going a little bit too heavy. So back off the weight, really focus on keeping that form nice and tight, those lats engaged. Another thing too I get with this is it hurts my back when I get down to the bottom. One thing you're probably not doing is bracing your core. So what that means is, for each repetition, inhale, you're gonna expand your core, expand your waist. You're gonna try to push the core laterally. We're looking to maximize his performance in the ring, his endurance in the ring, which we really focused heavily on. We did a lot of HIIT cardio to make sure his endurance was through the roof for that, because the match was over an hour. And then also for the shape, the symmetry, and the overall aesthetic look. All right, guys, that is a wrap for the WrestleMania Final Boss leg workout. Give it a try. Comment below on how it goes if you have any questions. Keep an eye out for more of my content coming in the future.